assessment of the whole Occupy Tucson process, the event of it all?
I think we still have to work on strategies that don't put us in a position of having to constantly have to move. We were using a process with the government to establish a place. We met with the mayor, we met with the chief of police, we wanted a cooperation in some place where we can bring this message out. And I'm disappointed that we haven't been able to go forward with the progress in establishing a freedom of speech zone and a time and a place that we can do it. The mayor said he was in favor of it, but we don't see much sign of it here.
How do you feel, looking at this park that just a couple hours ago was filled with a sea of tents and now it's clean, bare grass? How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm sad we're having to move and we can't keep our intentional community together and grow it. But I am very proud of the fact that when we need to move, we can leave it better than we found it. Where is the occupation movement going to go? Or when are we going to give up? I'm going to give up when we bring our troops home. Each of us have a whole different issue. Josh is always big on the banking industry to reduce the impact that the banks have on our citizens. There's so many issues we need to deal with, but until we have a place that we can bring those messages out on a daily basis, we're going to be nomads. But maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, any intention, do you know of anybody who has any intention to try and set up camp anywhere else?
Yeah, there's a contingency plan to set up camp elsewhere, but I'm not sure where that is yet.
In another park?
Public space, we would definitely want to use our First Amendment right where public is allowed to gather.
How do you feel about Sean McCluskey and him making a reservation for this park and in effect, forcing the police's hand to, clear everyone out?
I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's chicken. I want to say chicken shit, but
well, you just did.
But at the same time, I don't want to give him anything to think that he's moved us. We intend to continue to make issue with our government. We need to address a lot of grievances, and where it comes out, I don't know where it's going to come out next time. But those grievances haven't gone away, and our passion to bring it forward is it hasn't gone out of the way. We'll see how it plays out in the future.
Well, you gotta put her in the paddy wagon. You did nothing wrong. Come on, man. You guys are human beings too, ain't you? Isn't it? I mean, come on.
Hey Charles, did you get the officer's piece? Okay, grab it. Just take it to the back ramp and we'll be right there.
This is the bottom.
I mean, sir, we need you to take
whatever you want, everything you want. Take all your stuff and get your friends to help you, but it can't stay.
But some of it, I mean, you could have, what would you have, like a sleeping bag?
I've got my blanket, my pillows, my jacket.
Like personal items that he was using. What are you? Oh, I'm
You've been,
sorry.
it's laid out.
Yeah,
you are. And the sign, the bread, everything else that's not has to go. And what you're doing is just
I
testing.
kind of remember that name.
So,
Okay. I didn't have it doing that, but I'm trying to. I bet you get that all that time. You're an officer. I've never heard that one before. You got someplace to put it. You got somebody to take it away.
Yeah, I can dismantle most of it, but it's still my sleeping attire. Fair enough.
I think what the officer's telling you, you could have a sleeping bag, like a backpack,
Sleeping
and a
bag.
blanket, something like that.
My pillows. I can actually even roll it up if I need to.
Okay.
Is that in writing or something somewhere?
All right. Any friends here who can help you?
I've got it. I can probably bench press you. I got it. I probably
Sure you can. You're a big dude.
I got it.
What else you got, CJ?
It's my bag of food.
Casey, you don't have to remove it. I'm telling you that if you have a blanket or a sleeping bag and a backpack.
That's what most of this is. It's blanket and sleeping bag. That's it. You can tell I'm carrying most of my blankets and sleeping bags. This is something I'll have it here. I will move it. I just like to put it somewhere.
How long have you been camping out?
Since the first day Occupy has been started, which is like September 28th, something like that, off and on, basically.
Have you been arrested?
4 times, twice at the U of A, which both charges will be cleared. Here I've been arrested, paper arrest, it's still an arrest, but yes, I've been here. I got 2 arrests here.
And why are you willing to go through that? Sleeping in the park, spending all this time out here?
If you look at the law, homeless people can't be on anywhere during the day in public hours. We can't sleep in the parks. We can't. They're practically alienating us from the city. First of all. Secondly, the reason why I'm here to Occupy is because there's so much corruption in the world with, you know, the banking system, you know, Rothschild, all that. I try to look at a lot of problems that on a multi-level basis. You know, we still got global warming issues. We got people killing other animals. You know, it's just more than just with Occupy. But I think in order to change the world, we have to do it financially first. If we can take out the 1% with all the power and the money, then we can effectively run this country the way we need to.
How does sleeping in the park help that?
It's making a statement. And it's like them trying to take the Statue of Liberty away. How is taking her away not making a statement? You know, it's freedom. We should be freely able to stay here while we have an assembly or a gathering, if you will, to discuss about our nation's problems. First Amendment is freedom of speech, freedom to gather, and they're breaking that rule by breaking us apart.
okay, whose stuff is here? Yours? Okay. You have a bedroll here. What else?
Just a mattress, sleeping bag, rain jacket in case it rains, and then the rest of my life in a sleep bag. That's military issue. I actually did 4 years in the Marine Corps, so I earned that.
The prosecutor said we have chairs and bedrolls.
What? They're okay here? And stuff here? Okay. Well, this is a lot of stuff. Yeah. Well, then maybe they need to make it like each individual little setup. Easy. Sir, Just talk. I know you guys are trying to, y'all want to get home. I'm working on it. I really am. I'm trying to get all this out of here for you. But we have limited vehicles, limited resources.
Okay.
Time.
Does this belong to anyone here?
We'll hold on to it. People can come down and collect their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go call the cops and tell them there's a large group of people in the park right now.
You're up to the exciting part. Put the blankets in the car.
That's really good. You have a great technique.
Thanks. Hopefully,
Make wonderful
keep
start.
doing this.
Briefly, what happened here tonight?
A bunch of insanity. So they raided the park, came out and said people had to leave. That happened, and then all this just insanity the rest of the night with, the sidewalk, how much stuff people can have on the sidewalk. It's been very, very frustrating because all night long we've been negotiating and arguing about the law, and every time I think we have an agreement, they change it up. So I think we finally got it to the point where people are going to be able to sleep on part of the sidewalk here. Everybody cooperated and moved away the excess stuff, and I think we're finally done for the night. So one arrest, not too bad.
What can you keep? What's your understanding of what the rules are?
Well, I mean, the rules as they made them up is you can have a bedroll, some personal items that you're in your possession, sleeping bag, things like that, but not excess, excess items. So that seemed to be what they settled on, and that's where we're at right now.
How long did it take to clear everything out of the park?
What time is it now? I don't know.
It's just after midnight now.
Hours. It's been like, I don't know. It took just a couple hours to get all the tents and everything out earlier today, but we've been here for like 2 hours now, 2.5 hours now, fussing around with this stuff. So I think all this has been going on since like 5:30 this afternoon.
What's your assessment of how TPD handled this evening?
I've tried to act in a principled manner towards them, and hopefully it got reciprocated, but I'm not sure it happened. I mean, certainly they didn't send in the riot squad. That's a good thing. But, every time I thought we had an understanding, the understanding changed. So a little frustrating when this afternoon I called Lieutenant Klein and said, are you going to come out tonight? And they say, no, we're not going to. But it could change. And then, an hour later, they're out here saying they're going to clear the park. So frustrating. I mean, but certainly they did use some measure of restraint. They didn't send out the riot squad. There's no tear gas, pepper spray. That's always a good thing. But I certainly think that there could have been a better use of all these resources.
What's your assessment of how Occupy Tucson has gone thus far?
Well, I think it's been a smashing success, right? I mean, they occupied these public spaces for, 7-8 weeks. They brought a lot of attention to the issue of, corporate influence and economic inequality. I think nationwide it's been a smashing success. Resurgence of the left, part of the, resurgence of the left in the United States, and reshape the public debate. It's not just the Tea Party to Tea Party now, it's also the Occupy movement.
What should happen now?
Well, I think the movement needs to continue on. I mean, I think maybe the park phase is over. Now it's time to, start taking other political action. At least that's my perception. What the movement is going to do, the movement will decide, and I'll support it.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else? It needs to go in the truck. It needs to go in the truck.
If the police are gone, I think.
I don't think there is.